Hello everyone, I am Dr. Vijay, working as an associate professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Welcome to Digital System Design Laboratory. In this session, we are going to discuss about the modeling of 8x1 multiplexer and 1x8 demultiplexer by using VHDL style, particularly behavioral data style. And we know how to write this code, and I'm opening this multiplexer, 8x1 multiplexer. I have written this code, and now let us see the implementation of the code and the verification of the same by using its corresponding timing waveforms. See, this is the 8x1 multiplexer, and we know, see, inside it has two basic modules, the entity and architecture, and in the entity we have the basic input. See, here I have considered one variable din, which is having the size of 8 bits. See, by using std logic vector we have declared this variable. Another one is the selection line or the selection signal for the multiplexer, which is having the size of 3 bits, and the output, here I have declared it as dout, see, which is having the size of a single bit. See, this is the entity. And coming to the architecture, here by using the behavioral style I have written this code. See, inside process I have declared the two inputs din and SCL inputs. Whenever any input changes, the corresponding next lines are going to be executed. And here I have considered this special conditional statement, that is case. See, by choosing the selection line value, here I am going to assign the output dout with respect to the input value. See, whenever the selection line is 000, the output pin dout is going to be assigned with the first input din of 0. Whenever it has 001, the selection line, the output is going to be the second bit, that is din of 1. The same way we have declared all the output pin assignments with respect to the corresponding inputs based on the selection line signal. And when we choose any other value, the output is moved to the high impedance state. See, this is about 8x1 multiplexer. Now let us verify this program, and for which first we have to click on this run simulation, run behavioral simulation. Yes, see, this is the input pin. Initially it is unassigned value 8 bits, and the other input is the selection line, which is having the 3 bits of size. And for this particular combination of inputs, we are getting the output as high impedance value according to the logic we have written in the code. See, for assigning of these inputs, here I am considering one random value. See, by using force constant I am going to assign the input. Let us consider it as 410011. See, this is the input I am assigning to the din. And whereas for the selection line, see, by using force clock I am going to assign all the possible 8 inputs. See, the inputs 0 leading edge, 1 trailing edge, period 100 nanoseconds. The next one is the selection line second bit by using binary, and here I am choosing the period as 200. The same way for the selection line third bit, that is 01, but its period is 400 nanoseconds. Yes. Now we have given the inputs and we have assigned the selection lines. Yes, if you click on this one. Yes, now let us see. Yes, if we observe, the input is fixed. Okay, it is 410011, and we are just changing the selection lines from 000001010 and so on up to 111, and after that 000 is coming. See, because of our the force clock values, see, this is the period of 100 nano, and the second bit period is 200, and the third bit of the selection line period is 400 nanoseconds. So because of which we are getting this incremental values of the selection input. See, for these particular cases, the values of the multiplexer output is, if we observe, for the selection lines of 000, the output should be D in of 0, and here the first means the LSB bit is 1, so that for the selection line 000 we are getting the value which is actually assigned to this first bit, so 1. And whenever this selection line 001 appears, see, for this 001 case we have to get the second value, that is D in of 1, and here see, this is our second bit of the input whose value is also 1, so that we are getting the output as 1. But whenever the selection line is 010, we have to get the third input, that is D in of 2, whose value is 0 now. See, that's why we are getting the D out as 0 in this case, and later the selection line 011, see, at that time the fourth bit, that is 0. The next case is actually the all four inputs are become 1, so that we are getting the continuous 1 for these inputs. Even for 000 and 001 also, the inputs are 1 1, so that it is continuing. See, in this way we can verify the multiplexer output. Now let us verify the same operation for the demultiplexer. See, I am opening this demultiplexer, which I have written in the same way, but here I am using the other conditional statements. See, for this 1 to 8 demultiplexer, I have considered the input as F, and for the selection line S I have considered the output variable name is Y. See, because these are vectors, by using std logic underscore vector we have defined their corresponding sizes, but here by using when and else statements I have written the output logic for this demultiplexer. For the demultiplexer, it has 8 outputs and 3 selection lines. Based on the selection line values, we are going to assign the output y of 0 to y of 7 to the corresponding input, that is here the input actually F, which is going to be assigned to the output variable based on the selection line. If the selection line is 000, output y of 0 is going to be assigned to the input signal, otherwise it is assigned as by default 0. The same way, whenever the selection line 001 has assigned, the second output is going to be attached to the input of the demultiplexer, otherwise it will move to the 0. See, in this way we have actually written these are assigned 8 outputs to the corresponding input based on the selection lines. Now let us do the same validation of this code. and here the input size is only 1 bit, nothing but f is having a single bit value, that is here by using force constant I'm going to assign some value, that is, let us consider it as 1 itself, and the same selection lines, and by using the force clock I am going to generate all the 8 possible cases. Now see, this time period is 200 nanoseconds, and for the third bit of the selection line so it is 400 nanoseconds. Yes, now we have assigned the corresponding inputs. If we do this simulation, now let us see. And in this, the input is always 1. The selection lines are also in the same sequentially incrementing order 000 001 and 010011 and so on up to 111, and after that again 000. It continues. See, the output is actually, it is also having the size of 8 bits. The only one output is actually attached to the corresponding input. Because of the selection line 000, the first output, that is your LSB bit, is actually attached to the input variable f. So that's why for the case of 000 we are getting the output as 1. All the remaining output bits are assigned with 0. In the next selection line, here the second output bit is going to be assigned to the input value of f. Because f equal to 1, the second output bit, nothing but y of 1, becomes 1. The remaining outputs are assigned as zeros. As per the logic, see, based on that selection line, the corresponding value is assigned to the input value. The remaining cases and the remaining outputs are moved to the logic 0. With this, I can conclude the coding for the 8x1 multiplexer and 1x8 demultiplexer by using behavioral style of VHDL coding. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.